India's Prime Minister has vowed that those responsible for yesterday's deadly blast near the historic Red Fort in New Delhi will be held accountable. At least 12 people were killed and dozens injured in that car explosion. It's being investigated under an anti-terror law.
हमारी एजेंसियां इस षड्यंत्र की तह तक जाएगी। इसके पीछे के षड्यंत्रकारियों को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा।
An anxious wait for relatives of victims. Many are demanding intervention from the government.
ये घटना हुई, इसको लेकर क्या कहेंगे?
ये आतंकी घटना है, इसमें एक थोड़ी मरा है।
क्या मांग करते हैं
सरकार से ये मांग है कि उन आतंकियों को कुछ सख्त से सख्त सजा दी जाए और जो कुछ हो सके बालकों को, ये उसका पोता है, कुछ मदद भी करी है।
Our Home Minister Amit Shah has been holding security meetings, saying officials will reach a conclusion soon. Ishan, who is tracking the story for CNA, reports on the situation on the ground.
Behind these barricades is the site where a slow-moving car exploded on Monday evening. This entire area has now been cordoned off, and Red Fort, the iconic Mughal-era monument close to where the explosion happened, has been shut for 3 days now. That blast has shaken communities and unnerved residents of Old Delhi, with a bustling market just down the street also staying shut on Tuesday. Teams from India's National Investigation Agency, the National Security Guard, forensic experts and Delhi police are all present at the blast site behind me. Local media says the Delhi police have reportedly invoked an anti-terror law, suggesting that investigators may be treating this as a potential terrorist attack, but officials have stopped short of confirming this. They are simply saying they cannot rule out any possibilities.
Joining us live from New Delhi is Neha Poonia. Now she's covering this story for CNA. Neha, the Home Minister earlier saying that all possibilities are considered in investigating this explosion. But what is the focus of the probe right now?
Well, we've seen a series of meetings that have been chaired by India's Home Minister Amit Shah, who's in charge of internal security. He's also spoken out saying that he's told security agencies to, quote, hunt down each and every culprit. We're also learning that the Ministry of Home Affairs has now transferred the investigation of this case to the National Investigation Agency, or the NIA, which is a federal agency that has in the past investigated terror attacks. Now, at no point has any government representative, minister or a police official explicitly said that they're treating this as a terror attack. But we have seen, the NIA taking over the probe. We also saw earlier in the day, police filing a case invoking an anti-terror law, and also looking at charges of, quote, conspiracy of planning a terror attack. And all of these things, experts say, point to the fact that the government thinks there might be more to this than a simple explosion. All through Tuesday, we've seen, forensic teams, police teams, paramilitary forces at that site that Ishan was talking about. And in the course of the last few hours, they've expanded the area, that they're looking at for evidence. They've also cordoned off that area, and police presence there, of course, has been stepped up. We also heard from Prime Minister Modi earlier in the day, who made his first public comments since that blast took place on Monday evening. And he said that he's been in touch with investigating agencies throughout, and he called that blast a conspiracy, saying that perpetrators will not be spared. Through the day, we've also seen several detentions being made, people who are potentially linked to suspects who've been questioned as well. Officials, of course, remaining tight-lipped about the investigation, but it's been a day of hectic developments, and it's likely, experts say, that things will become clearer as to which direction this probe is heading in the coming days.
Neha, as you mentioned, the suggestion that this is not just one single explosion, and this could be, and I quote the Prime Minister, a conspiracy, of course, raising concerns about safety for others, not just in Delhi, but across the country. Are authorities doing anything to reassure these anxieties?
You know, there is a sense of shock, anger, and of course the anxiety that you're talking about. And in the aftermath of that blast, we have seen, this attempt to put metropolitan cities on high alert. Security being hiked, not just here in New Delhi, but also in cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, in Bihar, where the second and final phase of regional elections polling was held on Tuesday as well. Here in Delhi, of course, we've seen the city, turn into a fortress. This is the first time in over a decade that an attack like this or an explosion like this has taken place, and that certainly raise the threat perception for the capital city. We've seen how, metro stations, the international airport in Delhi, government installations and buildings have all been placed on high alert. We've seen, barricading at, every stretch of the capital city. Cars coming in, going out are being screened, stopped if they're considered suspicious. Also, in the Red Fort area where that explosion took place on Monday evening, we've seen how that iconic Mughal era monument has been shut, like Ishan was saying. Shops in its vicinity have also been shut as well, with security agencies clearly sensing that the threat perception is not over yet. We've also seen, of course, governments of the United Kingdom, of the United States issuing travel advisories in light of the prevailing conditions. The UK urging its citizens to be careful about travelling to the borders of the Delhi National Capital Territory. The US as well releasing a security alert and extending its condolences following this explosion. But, certainly Delhi is a city on tenterhooks, and that anxiety being shared by much of the country. But the government saying it's going to get to the bottom of this very, very quickly.
Thanks. Neha, Poonia there for CNA from New Delhi.